3, 2, 1. Hello. What's up, Metaverse? What's up, Internet? This is Dan. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, I like to talk about the polyglot journey, digital communication, and anything related. So, title of the video, will AI take our jobs? Let's talk about it. So I got some talking points right here. As usual, let me state up front what those talking points are. The first one is AI is here and it's been here. Second talking point is how do we go about dipping our toes? And the last talking point is pay attention. Now, before we jump into these talking points, as usual, I like to say, so why talk about this topic? Most of us, if we've been on the internet, some sort of either news sites or even Web 2.0 stuff, we're aware that AI has been on the news for many reasons. And this topic of will AI take over our jobs has been circling around for a long time. And the way I see it, it's getting close to a certain point. It's good to examine what's going on here. Now, once again, the videos that I make here in the digital communication series are mainly for most of us that have some sort of use of computers. We know how to use it. Not necessarily for those that are software developers that pretty much understand these concepts on a deep level. But for most of us that we probably use computers on a day-to-day basis, we probably use them for work, and the topic actually hits very close because, once again, we use computers and then AI and computers, there's a huge connection there. So let's get a discussion going on. First talking point, AI is here and it's been here. Okay, so yes, artificial intelligence has already existed and it's been used by the companies that have the resources to not only probably develop it, but to also make use of it. Clearest example is the YouTube algorithm and the TikTok algorithm. How is it that when we watch videos, we are recommended and suggested other videos that follow a similar pattern to what we're interested in? How is it that TikTok keeps us engaged in scrolling through their videos? What you hear about a lot is the algorithm. The algorithm, I'm pretty sure, is connected to artificial intelligence, where there is human input, user input, that the system learns from, and then the output it gives right back to us. We'll get into those details on how that is in another video, but for now we're just trying to touch on one characteristic about AI is that it takes massive amounts of human input, and that's how it learns. Again, there's some more details about that which we will cover in another video, but for now we have to understand that we are already interacting with AI. Second talking point. So how do we go about dipping our toes? Okay, so if AI will take over our jobs, if AI is something that is inevitable, we should understand not only what it is, but how we can work with it, how we can use it, how it's going to be working side by side along us. Right now, the most popular AI tool that is talked about all over the internet is ChatGPT. Similarly, there is Snapchat AI and then Meta AI. For the most part, you chat with a robot and the robot gives you human-like responses depending on what you're asking. Now, for most of us, right now is pretty much the only AI tool we have access to. Are there others? I'm sure there are. And if we just do a quick YouTube search, I'm pretty sure we're going to come across those. Now, one thing that I've seen about interacting with AI is something called prompts, which to me just look like questions that you ask, things that you feed the AI through typing, through texting, and then AI returns to you the answer, prompts. Using prompts is how we interact with AI, well, at least right now. Aside from, like we talked about earlier, right? Watch time and liking videos, like YouTube and TikTok have been using. With ChatGPT and these chatbots, with these AI chatbots, it's using prompts. Right there is a good starting point. Let's go to the third talking point. Pay attention. So look at the tools that you use at work. You're probably already using a computer or using an app on your cell phone. And it's really good to be able to pay attention to how these things are working. How is it that they are interacting with us and in a sense telling us what to do. This applies for not just gig workers, but also for people that have office jobs, people that work at restaurants, pretty much everyone, right? If you look at any of these articles, they say no one is safe from this AI takeover. So we have to be aware. We have to pay attention because AI is sitting right there next to us. If we make the example of sitting in an office, typing away, AI has entered the room. AI enters and sits down next to you and is working right alongside you. From an abstract point of view, that's exactly what's happening. We don't see it that way, but that's what's happening. We have to pay attention. Uber, for example, right? We've used Uber. Some of us may drive for Uber, have done it. What connects the person that's requesting an Uber to a driver is the app. The app, I'm sure, makes some use of AI to determine the route, where to send the Uber driver, where to place the user making the request in the priority, because there's many people doing it at the same time, many people requesting Ubers at the same time. And the Uber app has to determine what gets priority, how much to price it, etc., where to send the driver. Computers are doing the work. How much of that is AI? Well, I'm sure some developers that know the app can, check that out. There is no dispatch in this case, or at least not in the traditional sense, in the analog sense. Before, when you would request a taxi, right, you would call the cab company. They would have a dispatch. You would tell them where they are, and then they would alert the other drivers. I'm pretty sure that's done entirely by a robot at this point, which is pretty sweet for Uber and all those other companies that don't have to hire someone to do the dispatch. Now, once again, this is not an argument saying that dispatchers are useless. I'm pretty sure there are many companies that still use dispatch to this day. We're continuing the conversation. The last point here, analog versus digital. Once again, comparing things that are analog and things that are digital, right? AI, we're going deeper and deeper into the realm of what is digital. Do you remember the analog switchboard, right? You have a dispatch. They would take out something, plug it in somewhere else. They would connect through analog systems. And to be honest, I don't really understand how that worked, but I remember seeing it in movies and cartoons and stuff. Well, now there's no need to have a switchboard switching things because of digital communication. All right, so let's crack open the topic. Let's continue talking about some more things. As usual, leave some comments about what you think about this AI takeover, as they say. Are we close? Is it far away? I think that there's still a lot to consider, but we definitely have to pay attention and be aware of what's happening. All right, catch y'all in the next one.